Leon woke up just as fast as they did the surgery on him. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review with Life of Chess for the bold and beautiful April 7th, 2025. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. Look, this man woke up fast in the mud, didn't it? Look, they did the surgery fast and he woke up fast. I was like, look, I was expecting her to call, at least let Finn know, this is what's going on. Tell Kelly or let her know that he'll be okay, something, or to call Bill. I was like, what was the point? Look, I don't know. They saying, as of right now, what I've seen so far is that Leon, when he wakes up, he's gonna think he's still married to Steffi. Remember how when she woke up after Sheila had shot her, she thought that they were still married as well? I was like, nothing original, huh? Now, I don't know how true it is. That's just what people been saying. So far, everybody been right. So far, anytime they say something gonna happen, it ends up happening. So we'll see. But yeah, on today's episode, Liam's still doing bad. They trying to get him to wake up and recover him and all this other stuff. She ends up saying he had bleeding in the brain. I think she said that on Friday's episode too. So she was like, we got to take him for emergency surgery. So I'm thinking they finna show them in there working on him. That's when she gonna call Finn, call Bill, call. Oh, Wyatt ain't even on the show. So it would just be Bill and letting Finn know, right? Everybody else just connected to her. Probably called. They said something about, this is another thing that I seen. That something about Stephanie needs help with Leon. I was like, how? I don't know, y'all. I really don't know at this point. But yeah, that's what they saying so far. But yeah, they end up taking him for surgery. Next thing you know, he back in the room. I was like, no, he ain't gonna make it. I said, as fast as they done did this surgery, ain't no way. But yeah, so they back in the room. And she was saying how if Steffi hadn't came, like, he would have been a gunner. He would have been out of there or whatever if Steffi hadn't came. But what did she say? Liam owes his life to her. No, is that the way you say it? Liam owes his life to her, or I don't know how you say it. Shoot, whatever. Basically, Liam owes her because she saved his life. And she was asking, do you know how this happened? Because the image is showing that it was two things. So it's when he fell in the house, and then he came back outside, he fell again. So more than likely, he definitely going to have memory loss or something. Oh, she also said he could have brain damage. I think Dr. Buckingham was also saying they won't know, what to do next or what's really going on or how far bad he is or anything like that until he wakes up. So Steffi started talking to him. I was like, here we go. They just got to look. I knew it was about that time. We'll see, though. Well, yeah, she started talking to him about how all these people need him. His dad needs him. His brothers need. Oh, that's another person. Will. I forgot Will was on the show. I was trying to think. I knew Wyatt was gone. He only got two brothers, right? Yeah, Will and Wyatt. But Wyatt gone. I wonder if they're gonna bring him back for a guest appearance. I don't know. But yeah, his brothers need him. I need you. I know we're not together anymore, but we share Kelly and we share memories. And then they show her thinking about all the memories, them kissing and all this other stuff. And I was like, yeah, I know what that means. Well, we don't know what it means, but it looked like they finna get ready to put them back together. So if they do go with the storyline that he has memory loss, they're gonna be like, let's play along. I ain't playing along with nothing. I don't care if you got brain damage, brain fog, brain damage. You can't remember this, you can't remember that. You ain't supposed to do that. Ain't that gonna make it worse? Ain't that gonna make it worse? Talk about some, cause y'all know on other shows they be doing that. And if I'm not mistaken, they did this on the Bold and Beautiful. I might be mistaken. It was on one soap where they did that. They played along and stuff like that. I said, what good that's gonna do? Why can't you just tell them? Like, okay, maybe because it's going to be too much at one time. I don't know. Either way it go, I wouldn't care. Look, Finn over here talking to Kelly, talking about some, they was just talking about, she was saying how she's grateful for her dad and she's grateful for Finn and all this stuff. And he was saying how he could never, excuse me, how he could never replace her father. And they was wondering what's taking him so long. So he takes Steffi. I'm thinking she going to look at the message why. I think that was during the surgery when they went for surgery, allegedly. But, yeah, he's like, he was wondering where Steffi is and everything. She never texted him, never called him. She was too busy, worried about Liam. But at the end of the episode, Liam did end up, look like he was waking up and everything. He ends up squeezing her hand. I said, here we go. Here we go again. Rich Brooke Carter. So I was looking at my notes and I was like, I must have missed something. I had to miss part of the episode or something. Because remember on Friday's episode, I think the last thing with Brooke and Ridge was she was trying to put the moves on him, telling him to come back to her and all this other stuff. When I got to their scene, they just showed her Ridge was at the desk or whatever, and she was saying how Hope deserves another chance. I was like, I missed something. I had to, right? Or was that where they started at? Let me know down below. But yeah, during that scene, she was just over here talking about how Hope deserves another chance and bringing up the fact that Carter's name was on the papers. It was his idea and all this other stuff. And I was like, you see, you over here, you always say you on their side and you see the error in your ways and all this other extra stuff. Then you go saying stupid stuff that's not helping your case at all. It ain't helping your case at all. But yeah, she like, if you basically, to summarize, if you could give Carter another chance, why can't you give my daughter another chance? It ain't like it was her idea. It was his idea. He was like, the difference is Carter was remorseful. So Carter came in. He was like, I can't come back. I said, you shouldn't have walked in. He shouldn't have walked in. Why he walked in? She trying to get him. I said, why would you try to get him to speak up for Hope? I said, it's a little too late now. She wanted y'all to do that the other day. Trying to speak up now. But yeah, I said, don't try to involve him. He just got back good with them, and he ain't even fully good. She told me, I said, what do you think? It ain't up to him. Tell me, what do you think about Hope coming back and the way she was fired and her line was canceled, all this other extra stuff. So he was like, we just started to get back cool or whatever. I ain't trying to mess that up for your daughter. Nah. He was like, we just starting to repair our friendship. So, but he was like, but you did give me my word. My word. You did give me your word. You and Eric gave me your word and everything. And he was like, do you really think, basically, that I care about any of that? After what y'all did, do you really think that she deserves another chance? She ain't even sorry she did it. She ain't even sorry, but if you keep bringing it up, you gonna be fired next. Nah, but he did tell Brooke. Ridge told Brooke, I think it was after she said something about Hope feels some type of way about them not speaking up. So, and he was like, you doing it now? And he was like, basically in the future, don't speak up for her. Don't, try to speak on her behalf about her returning and stuff, not after what she did, not here. And I said, exactly. What? I said, you'll be fired next. She probably need to be fired anyways because she's supposed to sit up here and do the same thing Hope did to get fired the first time. Putting on doggone lingerie. I said, you next, buddy. I said, you next. I said, that's why your daughter got fired last time. That's exactly why. Now you over here trying to go after Ridge. You going to be fired next. Deacon and Hope. What was they talking about? Same thing. She was talking about how she feel betrayed and all this other stuff. And he was just supporting her, letting her know that, Brooke not your only parent and stuff like that. And he was still trying to invite her to stay. And she was like, if things get worse, at mom's, then, she'll consider his idea or she'll come there or whatever. And they were just talking about the same thing, how she was done and she was betrayed and she can't believe it. And they started talking about Carter. She was like, she still loved Carter and how... I think Deacon said something about, Steph and Ridge, they've been doing her like this and stuff like that. She used to do. But Carter and all this other stuff. So next, she decides to tell Deacon she walked in on Carter kissing Daphne. I said, that's why he gonna put them hands in. Because at first I was saying, like, why would you try to beat him up for doing what was right? And I was like, oh, he getting them hands put in his life because he cheated. Because he kissed Daphne or whatever. But at the same time, I still feel like it's a combination of both. But I guess we'll see on tomorrow's episode. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. Wait, let me see. All they was talking about, he was talking to her about the relationships and how it didn't work out with Thomas because he wasn't it, and Liam, he ain't tried hard enough. He tried. Well, I take that back because she's the one that cheated. She was the one who cheated. What you talking about? I just thought about that. She cheated that time, but he cheated right after. Wait. Did he? Yeah, he seen her kissing Thomas, then he went and kissed Stephanie, but they never even brought that back up. But yeah, it was something else they said. I don't know. But after, so he decides to go see Carter. Carter over there thinking about Hope and just thinking about everything that happened. And Deacon walk in. Talking about some Carter. What he said? Carter. What he said? What you did? What did he say he did to his daughter? What he did to Hope? What did he say? Something he said, basically he betrayed his daughter. He betrayed Hope. That's not gonna cut it now. I gotta. What was that on? Harlem Nights, where they was like, now I gotta cut you. I be so random with these movie sayings, huh? I don't know if y'all ever seen Harlem Nights. I think it was the scene where they was fighting. It was Eddie Murphy and what's her name? I can't remember her name, but I think he hit her with a garbage can. And then she was like, now I gotta cut you. Deacon said, you done cheated on my daughter and you betrayed her. Now I gotta kung fu kick you. What he did, I think he gonna kick him and hit him in the face. I think that lady name was Della Reese, but I think that's everybody, y'all, because we already talked about Finn and Kelly. They were still waiting on Steffi and Finn. She was wondering what's keeping them or whatever. And I think that's it. I think he was taking her, somebody named Rachel. Who is Rachel? Is that her friend, mama, or something? Or is that the babysitter? I can't keep up with these folks, y'all. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is her girl. Rest of the day. Be safe.